Hello guys, there are many weird but interesting facts that you might not know about France. Some are cool, some are disgusting, and other are just downright unbelievable. Then there are the facts that will make you cringe. Let's start our top 5 bizarre facts about France. Number 5. The government banned English words. The French government is concerned that English is eroding French. In fact, in 1966, President Charles de Gaulle banned any new English word from entering the French vocabulary. He also created the Commission d'enrichissement de la langue française to find French alternatives for every new English word likely to creep into French. The commission has been highly successful. It replaced email with courriel, dark web with internet clandestine, and Walkman with Balladur. It also replaced fake news with infox and hashtag with moddies. However, there's always some failure amid successes. The Commission has been unsuccessful in finding the perfect French word to replace smartphone. They first tried ordiphone, but it was quickly rejected by speakers. Terminal depot was rejected too. These days they just call it mobile multifunction. Number 4. The government forces radio station to play French songs. The French government does not think English words are the only belligerents involved in the war against the French language. They have fingered English language music as another notable adversary. In 1994, the government decreed that 40% of songs played on radio station must be performed by French artists in the French language. As the year went on, this created a weird scenario where radio stations just continued playing the same song over and over to meet their local content quotas. Just 10 songs were played 75% of the time. This was partly because there were not enough French songs and musicians to begin with. Many French artists were also singing in English. However, the bigger problem was with the audience, who clearly preferred English music. In more recent time, radio stations argued that they were losing listeners to streaming services, which were not affected by the law. Radio stations also argued that French lawmakers allowed the law to remain because they had investment in those streaming services. In 2015, radio stations refused to play any French song for a whole day in protest. The government later amended the law and reduced the quota to 35%. It also added that radio stations could only play the 10 most common French songs for half the time. Number 3. Drivers are technically required to have breathalyzer. France has tried a weird way of fighting drunk driving. Instead of having cops hidden at some corner waiting for drunk driver to speed by, it just ordered car owners to have breathalyzers in their cars. The idea is to encourage drivers to test themselves to confirm if they are too drunk to drive. The law was controversial at the time it was passed in 2012. For a start, Daniel Orgeval, the president of iTest, the anti-drunk driving group that lobbied for the passage of the law, worked at Contralco, one of only two businesses in France that made breathalyzers to the required standard. Orgeval only formed the group 8 months before the law was passed. Citizens believe the law was only passed to promote the sales of breathalyzers and not for safety reasons, as Orgeval and the government claimed. However, Orgeval saw no problem in this. According to him, the law was still satisfactory since it was providing jobs for French businesses. The government suspended the law in early 2013, but reintroduced it later that year. Currently, however, there is no actual fine or penalty of any sort of not having a breathalyzer. Number 2. Driver cannot use phone even when parked. In the United States, state law determine how drivers use their phone while driving. However, most states agree that drivers need to pull over or use some sort of hands-free tech in order to make phone calls. In France, the government does not think so. In 2018, the French government passed a law making it illegal for drivers to use their phone by hand when parked on the roadside. The ban applies even when their engines are turned off. Drivers can only use their phone when they stop at a parking lot or some other places where parking is permitted. They can only use their phone on the side of the road if the car has broken down. Anything else, and they will be charged for using their phone while driving. The punishment is 3 points on their record and a fine of €135. Number 1. The government issues award to families that successfully raise children. On May 26, 1920, the French government introduced the Médaille d'honneur de la famille Française, a medal issued to women who single-handedly and successfully raised at least 4 children alone. The award was created to recognize women whose children were left fatherless after their spouses died in World War I. There were 3 variants of the award: gold for women with 8 or more children, silver for women with 6 or 7 children, and bronze for women with 4 or 5 children. Some bronze medals were also issued to exceptional widows with just 3 children. Widowers only became eligible for the award in 1983. Today the medal has been renamed La Médaille de la Famille and only the bronze variant is issued. Thank you guys for watching and please don't forget to subscribe my channel.